I'll go into detail later. Okay.
Now.
Yes.
What's on the front page of the Daily Nation, Janet?
On the front page of the Daily Nation is a picture reminiscent of sometime in 2002, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Unity test ahead. And this is obviously the launch of the People's Liberation Party. The team, you can see the picture there of them holding hands. From left, we have Democratic Action Party of Kenya leader Eugene Wamalwa, Wiper Party's Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, People's Liberation Party, Dorothy Semu, ACT Wazalendo Party, and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua during the launch of Ms. Karua's rebranded party at Liberation House in Nairobi yesterday. Now, the team presented a united front. According to the front page of the Daily Nation, it says, but their biggest test is yet to come. People's Liberation Party leader Martha Karua, former deputy president, Wiper boss etc., yesterday vowed to oust President Ruto. But the big question is the glue that holds them together strong enough? That page, that story is on pages 4 and 5.
My big question is,
yes,
are they a credible alternative?
That's a great question. Are they a credible alternative led by Martha Karua and Kalonzo Musyoka, right? We start with the principals.
Yeah, and Eugene Wamalwa.
And Eugene Wamalwa, yes.
Gachagua.
They're a formidable team.
I like that.
They're a force, right? There's that kind of just diversity and carrying a lot of blocks with them on that front. So I think they are formidable. You asked if they are? Credible.
Are they a credible alternative?
What is a credible alternative?
So what are the ills that we are talking about with the current administration? So are these guys a credible solution to it? Are they different?
I don't know if
Do
they're
they represent
different.
a difference? Do they represent, a new thinking and a new way of doing things? Do they represent the alternative?
So when I see Martha, none of these people have been in politics for any less than maybe 3 decades or 4. What have they done in their time in politics or serving in government in one capacity or the other? The only one with a track record that I could possibly, admire and want to, look into and be like, maybe she's a possible candidate for me is Martha Karua. As far as Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, I don't know. I think they're formidable in the way that they bring their blocks, how we work here. Credibility is a whole other story.
And I see why this story talks about why it's about the glue that sticks them together, because you start to find things like internal wrangles and divisions, lack of unity. That seems to bedevil a lot of the big formidable forces that try to come together. Somewhere along the way, the ills that hold us back from progressing seem to also be the ones that they suffer, in a sense. Failure to capitalize on public momentum. The public momentum is there now, I believe. Will they capitalize and sustain that? That remains to be seen. In the Iron Lady's own words on page 4, the call for unity is the foundation of the liberation movement, and that their commitment is to send President Ruto home. The Kenya Kwanza regime and its allies have destabilized both education and health systems, while the affordable housing project is not being done in a transparent manner. They are grabbing land of people with title deeds and giving it to cronies. Some of those demolitions are about the environment. Whoever gets elected as a candidate through a transparent method, we shall all rally behind that person. It's like, okay, let's remember.
Quoted as saying,
yes,
she would love to be on the ballot as number 1, but if there is someone that the people resonate more with, she's happy to back them. Question, if that someone is, for example, a Rigathi Gachagua.
That people resonate with.
Yes, that people resonate with. A ticket that says Rigathi Gachagua and Martha Karua. Is there not some juxtaposition there, or I'm imagining it?
And this is what gets very complex about this. And as I've mentioned, we are all participants in these conversations. It's not about coming across as an expert, but as somebody who's observing. That's what ends up leaving us with a at least vote on the ballot in 2027.
Right.
And this could be the formation of one. To your point, Mariam, if that is what it comes down to.
That's an at least.
That's an at least. And people will say, but he was also in the regime that carried out these, that was responsible for some of these issues. He later turned around and said, I always wanted the best for people. They never listened to me.
Right.
Who knows what the narrative will evolve to in the next year or two. I hope there also won't be an over-reliance on the ethnic mobilization. And these are some of the things that make the glue not hold. So will it?
So will it?
Is what
My
you can
question
read
on
about.
credibility stands.
Okay.
So they've talked about what people they're grabbing people's land, the health system,
Yep.
the education. Have
Affordable
you
housing.
heard an alternative from these people? Have you heard them say this is what we would do with the university education? This is what we would do with the rollout of CBC.
Isn't it a bit early, Eric?
It's not.
They're launching their party, their People's Liberation Party.
They were not born yesterday and went to this house where they were meeting, right? Each of them is a party leader. Each of them. Has any of them come out to say, look, I have a problem with how the university funding is being done. This is my alternative formula. That's what
But Eric, from
because
this,
right now, as we are challenging, all of us, as we are challenging and saying we have an issue with this and the other, you expect the leadership. And in fact, you even talked about it the other day. You expect the leadership, the opposition, to present the alternative. So tell us, okay, so CBC, we have an issue now with teachers, with classrooms, with we don't have a clarity on what happens next year when these kids move into the pathways or whatever. This is how it would look like. This is how it should look like.
But if I'm creating this new umbrella party, umbrella body, we have to sit, decide what our collaborative values, collaborative ideas are. We could come in as Ford Kenya, and this is what we think, as NARC Kenya, and this is what we think, as People's and this is what we think. But if you're going to form anything that requires collaboration, then you have to sit, decide, and have one universal declaration or manifesto or whatever.
And you're saying they should have done that before.
See,
they should have already provided those alternatives.
When you get into that room, each of you comes with your ideas, right? What is Eugene Omalwa's idea about education, about health, about taxation, about public
Affordable
finance
housing.
management, about housing? What is Kalonzo's idea? What is Martha's idea? What is Rigathi Gachagwa's idea? Have you heard any of them?
No.
Can you sit here today and tell us this is what DAPK, led by Eugene Omalwa, has said about? This is what Wiper has said.
That's
Wiper
fair.
is in the
Their
leadership
individual
of Parliament.
capacities.
Wiper is in the leadership of Parliament. Wiper is the deputy minority leader in the National Assembly. Wiper is in the leadership of the Senate as well. When they are discussing this, do you hear the Wiper position on?
We will
Anything,
wait.
quite literally anything.
Yeah,
That's
we
fair.
will wait and see.
Yeah.
Is
Are
it
they
credible?
a credible
Alternative.
alternative? I have absolutely no idea on why I should think of them.
Other than the fact that they are familiar
Faces
faces
and names.
with sustained political careers and understand how to do that. Interesting, on page 5, there's a story there on the top, kind of small in a corner, tucked away. Raila lists ills Ruto should fix as he plans major announcement. So we are...
Why did we chuckle?
Okay, so what we're saying is...
Tsunami nakuja. Tsunami nakuja.